Hi, my name is Sharon and I'm with Remax Power Pro. So today I want to answer the question about how to handle issues when they come up with the home inspection. Now, that will depend on whether you're the buyer or the seller. As we know, most sellers think their home is amazing and that it's perfect. And the buyers see it as a fixer-upper. So the truth is going to be somewhere in the middle. And that's where the professional home inspector comes in. So the inspector will look at all kinds of things like the plumbing, electrical, appliances, air conditioning, things like that. If you're the seller, it's really important to take care of all the little details before the inspection appointment happens, because that minimizes the items that will show up. But you also have to keep in mind that your home is not going to be perfect, and don't get offended when the inspector starts to point out everything that's wrong. Of course, that's their job. So what we have to do is we have to digest that information and look at it from the perspective, are there any deal breakers? In other words, are there any items that are on that home inspection that if you were buying a house would be a deal breaker for you? Things like the roof. If there's a roof leak, you're gonna have to fix it. If there's a major plumbing issue, if there's leaks, the buyer's gonna want you to fix that too. And of course, if there's some electrical issues that could cause the house to burn down, well, that's probably gonna be another one of those deal breakers for buyers. So if you're the seller, it's important to keep this stuff in perspective. Understand that from the buyer's perspective, they're spending a lot of money to buy your house and they want the house to be in relatively good shape. So some of these things, even though you may have an as-is contract, you may have to work with the buyer to negotiate some of those things. Oftentimes what I've negotiated is to maybe have you give the buyer a credit at closing so that you don't have to get a bunch of people in to do some renovation or repairs. Maybe we just offer them a couple of $1,000s and let the buyer take care of those things after closing. Now, if you're the buyer, you also have to look at it from the perspective, no seller is gonna make the home 100% perfect. So your job is to look at those inspection items, figure out which ones are the deal breakers versus which ones can you live with. Remember, as you own your home, there are gonna be things that are gonna kind of break down over time. You're gonna have to fix them. So when you look at your purchase, kind of figure out from the seller's perspective, they're probably not gonna take care of every little item on that inspection report. Keep it in perspective, try to negotiate the bigger items, but then the rest of them, maybe you can take care of those after closing. So this is Sharon, just giving you some tips on how to handle that home inspection.